Cricket time on the SportsMax Zone now. St Kitts and Nevis Patriots captain Dwayne Bravo has suggested that he is unperturbed by Chris Gayle's form heading into the semi-finals of the Hero Caribbean Premier League. Gayle scored 123 runs from 7 innings in the preliminary round of the competition and scored just 5 in the Patriots' 4-wicket loss to Trinbago Knight Riders in the final match of the prelims on Sunday. But ahead of their clash with the Guyana Amazon Warriors in the second semi-final on Tuesday, Bravo was asked about the conversations he has been having with Gayle about his form.
Nothing I could tell the best player in the world. He talked to us. So at the end of the day, we are not concerned about his form. It's a team sport, and he's just one individual. So we're happy to have him in the dressing room, and that is more important than his form. So let's just, again, our aim was to get to the playoffs from the start of the tournament. We are here now. We have a very tough game tomorrow against Guyana. And all of us have to come and give our best in order for us to be successful. So
it doesn't matter if the Patriots got the better of us in the first couple of games, but that's okay, that's fine. As I said, we struggled to find a momentum and we struggled for consistency. But again, it's just another game. It doesn't matter if we bat first or bat second, we just have to do both properly.
Yes, so Mariah, the 2 times the Patriots had met the Guyana Amazon Warriors in the prelims, they beat them. Pooran doesn't seem too badly affected by that. The other semi-final has been a 1-1 between the 2 teams that will be battling there. But it's going to be tight with these semi-finals. Let me say the first semi-final between the Trinbago Knight Riders and the St Lucia Kings will be played on Tuesday as well, starting at 9 o'clock, 10 Eastern Caribbean time. Both captains, Kyron Pollard and Faf du Plessis, spoke at the pre-match press conference on Monday. Du Plessis recalled Sunday's roller coaster as his team waited on the results of the Amazon Warriors versus Tallawah's contest to confirm their semi-final spot.
Being able to finish, top of the table in an A tournament in the preliminary stages, I think it's a good achievement. Halfway through the tournament, we spoke about what we needed to do to improve, because at that halfway stage we were at 5th position, and we just try to continue to improve as a team each and every time. But the reality of things and the nature of our job is that all that becomes irrelevant now when we have the semi-final to play, tomorrow, please, but
yeah, I hope Faf du Plessis speaks on Tuesday, because he wasn't speaking there just now. Probably speak with his bat, I'm sure. Now let's take a quick look at the point standings following the preliminary stage of the competition. And not entirely surprising, the Trinbago Knight Riders top of the table with a 12 on net run rate over the Guyana Amazon Warriors and the St Kitts and Nevis Patriots, who also had 12 points, and St Lucia Kings with 10 points. And good finish to the tournament by the top teams there, because up to a week ago, Mariah, we were there talking about all 8 teams having a shot at making the playoffs, and as it turns out, the Royals and the Tallawahs are the ones that missed out. We're now joined by Michael Hall, the CPL's Director of Operations. Mikey, it's been a tough series, grueling for everyone involved, players, administrators, coaches, and the commentators as well. But a lot of excitement going into these semis, though, because the tournament has been so unpredictable, and we've seen pretty much everyone beating everyone else.
Yeah, first of all, Lance, thanks very much for having me on the zone, and good evening to Mariah as well. Yeah, look, this, I think, if memory serves, and obviously my memory is failing as I get older, but I think if memory serves, Lance, this was probably the most wide open tournament in terms of teams that had a chance to qualify this late in the tournament. We've had a couple of, maybe 1 or 2 teams run away with things in the past, but all 6 were in with a shout mathematically up to the start of the weekend's games on Saturday. So yes, it's good for the tournament. I don't think that there's any clear-cut favorite at the moment. As you can see, 3 teams finished with 12 points, only net run rate separating them. So we're all looking forward to the games tomorrow. We've had some pretty dodgy weather today, but I think the forecast for tomorrow will spare us, and we should get both semifinals played. Everybody's looking forward to it.
Yeah, you know what? From the very start of the tournament, Mike, the SportsMax Zone had projected that this would be a wide open tournament, and it has played out that way because, as you said, heading into the final weekend, all 8 teams, all of the teams, all 6 teams had a shot at making the top 4. A quick comment on how the pitch has held up, because unlike previous years, we're seeing a situation this year where every single match was played at Warner Park, which had never happened before.
Yeah, so before I make a comment about it, I really need to, well, I don't have one on, but I need to tip my hat to our pitch consultant, Dave Agnew, who has been on island in St. Kitts since, I think, early July, and also the ground staff at Warner Park, headed by Alex Matthew, the head curator, and Jamal. Look, we knew going in as organizers, and also so did the teams, that it would be a challenge. Yeah, I mean, you play 33 games on a 5-pitch square, only 3 of which can be used on 16 match days. Then there's going to be some wear and tear. You know, praise the Almighty, we have had great weather, certainly up until today. We haven't lost. No games have been, declared a no result because of weather. And the guys have worked really hard. If I'm brutally honest, the pitch has had its moments where perhaps the scores weren't as great as we might have liked. But if everybody's honest, I think that they will accept that this was something that was going to happen. Nevertheless, we've seen 3 centuries scored. We've seen, we saw a game on the weekend where 190 played 190 deep into the tournament. So hopefully with the good weather that we had during the afternoon hours today, the guys have been able to get some preparation done. And, we hope the wicket plays well tomorrow.
Definitely. And Michael, of course, last year the entire CPL was played in a biosecure bubble, no fans and whatnot. This year we have the introduction of some crowd. How important were they to, of course, the excitement? Because when we think CPL, we just think loud, we think party, we think having a good time. So how important were they in St. Kitts and Nevis?
Yeah, Mariah, it was hugely important for us. I mean, our brand is that we are the biggest party in sport, and obviously you can't have a party if you don't have guests.
Yeah.
So in the initial stage of planning this tournament, we did our planning on the basis that all of the games were going to be behind closed doors. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis said to us, look, we are going to allow spectators to come to the games. We won't allow the stadium to be filled to capacity. You'll only be able to sell 50% capacity in the stands that are open. And we won't allow fans to come unless they're fully vaccinated. And we worked closely with them. We took to have access to certain data and information, and we were very strict in terms of persons purchasing tickets, whether online or in person. And they made a massive difference. Certainly there was some great atmosphere this past weekend when the Patriots played in the night games on Saturday and Sunday. And there's been great atmosphere out of the games as well. We don't expect anything different. It might be a bit of a challenge, because the semis and finals are being played midweek and at 10 a.m., but we are hearing rumblings about certain things being allowed to happen in the event that the Patriots make the final. I'm not saying that I'm rooting for that to happen.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to remain neutral, but it would be a good scenario.
Supposed to, keyword.
Yes.
Well, Michael, I feel like anybody that's putting on a sporting competition in the times that we live in, it's like a sigh of relief, a success when you go through the entire competition and, there's no COVID-19 outbreak. And I mean, we still have these semis to go ahead with and the finals, but you must feel good that, no situation had to really crop up and create something that we wouldn't even want, right? I don't even want to think about it.
Neither do I, Mariah. Look, as you might imagine, we spent a great deal of time in the run-up to the tournament, looking at the protocols that we wanted to put in place to make sure that if something happened, we would be in a position to deal with it. And again, hats off to our group of medical personnel who have rotated as CMOs for our tournament in the persons of Dr. Akshay Mansingh, who you obviously know well, and Dr. Renee Best out of Barbados. Dr. Ober Golston from Cricket West Indies is normally seconded to us during the CPL each year. So the three of them, in conjunction with the CMO on Island here, Dr. Hazel Laws, we've worked really, really well with them. In fact, we're in the home stretch, obviously. Everybody kind of gets out of here on the 16th, the day after the final. And so the round of exit testing has begun. I think we tested about 102 persons this morning. The results are in, and let's just say I'm still smiling. We have more persons to test tomorrow, obviously, and I think the most precious cargo departing St. Kitts in the next couple of days, obviously, are the persons who are going off to the IPL. They have been they've been sort of like, a cat on a hot tin roof, wanting to make sure that those assets are well protected and that they won't be entering Dubai, with any negative situation. And I'm very, very confident that, we are going to achieve what we set out to achieve, which is to play a tournament in a biosecure or a COVID-free environment successfully and get everybody home safely.
Michael Hall, always great talking to you on the SportsMax Zone, and all of the fans will be glued to SportsMax on Tuesday to see these semi-finals and see the winners going to the final on Wednesday. Thanks, man. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lance. Bye, Mariah.
Take care.
Yeah, very, very classic matchups coming up on Tuesday in those semi-finals, Mariah. I still think the TKR and the Ghana Amazon Warriors are the two teams that I would fancy to get in. The Amazon Warriors closing off the prelims with 3 consecutive wins. The TKR coming in with 4 wins in 5. So momentum-wise, these two teams are looking solid. But you know,
picked that on heart, right? You picked that using your emotion, your heart.
No, the performance. I like to see performances.
All right. Well, if I had to pick my two, I'd pick TKR and St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, because I get the sense that the Patriots, they've been dominant and they're not going to let the Ghana Amazon Warriors get away. Yeah, well,
that could very well happen. I think all 4 teams are closely matched and they're beating each other, as we have said before. The Patriots beat the Amazon Warriors twice when they played them.
I'm shocked that you said that, just by the way.
So I said what?
That you said Ghana Amazon Warriors.
I like that team. I tell you that all the time.
Yeah.
The Hero Caribbean Premier League semi-finals will be live on SportsMax starting at 9 o'clock, 10 Eastern Caribbean time, with the Knight Riders versus the Kings, followed by the Patriots and the Amazon Warriors. That match 1:30, 2:30 Eastern Caribbean time. Back with more on The Zone after this.